Every day, millions of brilliant founders, investors, and leaders wake up feeling the weight pressing down on them, the crushing weight of limitations nobody dares to admit are there. What's killing their dreams isn't a lack of talent or desire. It's not bad timing or who they know. It's the system, this invisible cage disguised as progress, as freedom. But in reality, it's just chains made of so-called rules, comfort zones, and mediocre expectations. It tells them to play nice, to wait their turn, to settle for what's safe while the fire inside them dwindles quietly. And every time they try to break out, what do they meet? Walls, gates, gatekeepers holding keys to opportunities, capital, and impact, guarding everything like sacred treasures meant only for the chosen few. But here's the raw truth: that cage can be shattered. The weapons to break through, they're already in your hands. Crowdfunding is not just money. It's not just a tool to raise cash. It's the most ruthless, audacious, explosive weapon in the arsenal of the visionary who refuses to bow to outdated structures. It's the lightning strike that fries the slow, dull, comforting business as usual. It's freedom dressed up as opportunity, but only for those daring enough to wield it like a sword, not a shield. It's the secret door to a place where no gatekeeper can stop you, where the many become powerless, and the few who dare to blaze new trails become unstoppable. Here's the brutal fact nobody wants to say out loud: the old ways of raising capital, the rarefied world of elite investors, venture capitalists, and gatekeepers, they are built to keep the system alive, not to empower you. They have their rules, their codes of silence, and their obscene comfort in cozy clubs that never speak your language, that never see your vision, that never match your hunger. But crowdfunding kills that silence. It rips through it with the raw force of thousands, tens of thousands, even millions of voices, real voices, backing the boldest daring dreams without asking if you fit the mold. It's democratically savage. It's the blood and fire of direct connection between creator and believer, revolutionary and supporter, the few who burn with an idea and the many whose belief is the rocket fuel. If you've ever felt crushed by the slow, suffocating grind of trying to convince one investor after another, blinking to keep your idea alive while they ask for the safe bet, crowdfunding throws that pain into a bonfire. Because here's what most fail to understand. Crowdfunding is not charity or a popularity contest. It's a battlefield, and only the ruthlessly prepared, the insanely strategic, the insanely committed win. The founders who see crowdfunding as a weapon don't just ask for money. They build tribes, forge alliances, arm their vision with passion so contagious and clear that people have no choice but to charge forward beside them. But this doesn't happen by accident. Crowdfunding demands you are sharper than you have ever been. It demands you know your people, not just numbers, not just vague audiences, but real humans who share your fire, your rebellion. Those who see through the system's lies, those who are tired of being told they must conform or wait for official permission. Crowdfunding uncovers these rare souls and turns them into a tidal wave of backing that's unstoppable. And that's where the weapon becomes deadly. Here's a secret you might not have heard before. The real power of crowdfunding lies not in the money, it lies in becoming sovereign, in taking control of your narrative, your destiny, your reality. When your funding depends on thousands, you become their leader, their vision caster, their rallying cry. Suddenly the game flips. You aren't waiting for the gatekeeper's nod. You are the gatekeeper. Your will, your clarity, your ruthless refusal to settle is the spark that lights the fire, and everyone who joins feels like they're part of the revolution. That's why crowdfunding is the weapon for the ruthless visionary. It makes the fragmented whole. It transforms isolation into synergy. It turns silence into roar. Imagine being free from the endless rejection emails, the meetings where your vision is diluted, where every idea is chipped away because it doesn't fit. Imagine leading a movement so real that it's human, raw, and impossible to ignore. A movement fueled by relentless belief, not by polished presentations. Crowdfunding gives that power. It amplifies essence, not noise. It's the stage where the rare and radical thrive and the old guard crumbles in confusion and fear because they never had this weapon and never will. But here's the catch. It is ruthless. It's not for anyone content with being comfortable, with playing by the rules, with waiting passively. Crowdfunding is savage because you must earn every single believer, every single dollar. You must embody the fierce individual who questions everything, whose vision isn't built to please but to disrupt. It demands brutal honesty about who you are, what you want, and what it will take to get there. It demands patience, not the easy kind, but the long game, the eternal patience that outlasts every fad, every trend, every wave of doubt. So how to wield this weapon? First, cut ties with the illusion that progress comes from authority or the center. It never did. Crowdfunding lives at the edge. It's where loneliness meets connection, where the unheard become loudest. Find those few who burn like you, those fierce individuals whose fire doesn't flicker. Build your network with ruthless selectivity, because watering down your vision to please the many leads nowhere. Align deeply with the extraordinary, amplify their voices, and become a force far beyond the sum of parts. Next, forget polished perfection early on. Your strength is raw authenticity. People don't back ideas. They back people who are real, who dare to show their cracks alongside their dreams. Rash honesty becomes the grease on the wheels that turns on trust and relentless momentum. Own your story with all its flaws and freakouts, because that voice is your weapon's edge in a world of scripted, sanitized campaigns. Then, prepare for war. Crowdfunding isn't a set it and forget it deal. It's a battlefield where every hour counts, where every communication is fuel, where your followers are your front line. Build an army of engaged believers before your campaign even starts. Give them a cause so compelling they feel like they'll burn if they walk away. Use every tool, video, storytelling, updates, conversations, to forge unbreakable bonds. This is the power of synergy, the most misunderstood and underused force in crowdfunding. People become more than backers. They become partners in a shared mission. Remember, patience is your secret weapon. The system loves quick wins and fast exits. Crowdfunding punishes the weak and rewards the disciplined, the merciless in pursuit of long-term vision. Protect your energy like a sovereign. Take time to learn, rise from each setback, recalibrate, then strike again, harder, sharper. This is how the ruthless visionary survives and thrives. Finally, never forget this. Crowdfunding is not the end. It's a breakthrough. It's the gateway to rewriting your story and the system's story. It lets the rare, extraordinary unite, create, and lead the world in ways that politicians, corporations, and old power structures never imagined. It's a revolution disguised as a funding method, and it's only just begun. If the fire inside you feels quiet now, remember, it's waiting to be unleashed. Crowdfunding is more than money. It's your rebellion, your network, your transformation, your weapon to reshape reality. So sharpen it, wield it, own it. The world refuses to build structures for the exceptional. Then build your own. Connect, disrupt, and become more than what the system says is possible. For the ruthless visionary who refuses to be tamed, crowdfunding isn't just an option. It's the deadliest weapon you'll ever have. Use it to break down every barrier, to ignite every fire, to create the future only you see. This is not about fitting in. This is about burning it all down and rising beyond ashes. This is about unleashing the power that's already inside you. The power of the liberated, the few, the unstoppable. If you dare to be more than what the world allows, if you are ready to refuse the rules and rewrite your game, crowdfunding waits, ready to become your fiercest weapon. The time to act is now. The world doesn't wait for permission. Neither should you.